Hello everyone, my name is Denise. I'm a Catholic counselor, and today I'll be talking about the topic loving acts lead to testing. Okay, so in my own life experience as a human being, as well as a counselor, I've noticed very oddly that one way to destroy a relationship is through an act of lavish generosity, probably poorly timed. So I think this is a bit complex, and you might be wondering, oh, what is she talking about? So I'm going to give you an example. So some time back, I have had a good friend who used to drive me home from school. So one day she was complaining to me about financial struggles and that she might be on the street. So I was so moved by what she said that I opened my wallet and gave her all the money in there. And at that time, I wasn't working yet, so all I had was $200 in my wallet. So I said, "You just take it and take care of yourself. Don't worry about me." And then I said, "Even just forget about it. You don't have to return it to me anymore. Just go." Because I'm just worried about you, and I'm heartbroken to see that you're in this place. So she didn't take it very well. In fact, she immediately turned against me and caused me a lot of trouble. And so I didn't understand that. And I'm starting to understand it now. Because this kind of lavish generosity, poorly timed or maybe poorly put, might lead to a feeling of inferiority and shame. Okay? And so it is from the incident that I learned that when somebody complains about financial trouble, the last thing you want to give them is money, because they're already filled with shame. Maybe all they needed was a listening ear, or if you could, you can offer your support in other ways, like you can cook with your own hands a delicious meal. So lately I have a helper, and it's just very challenging having a helper. First time in my life being an employer, and sometimes she doesn't really listen to me. Like I say, just turn on the aircon, it's a really hot day. Okay, so I'll tell her that many times, right? And she doesn't, and then she falls very sick or gets really bad rash. I had to bring her see a doctor. Okay, and she still doesn't want to turn on the aircon on a really hot day. So one day I changed my approach. I said this, do you know, right, that if you don't turn on the aircon, and I finally had to bring see a doctor, the doctor's fees are more expensive than all the aircon in the world, so just turn on the aircon. And guess what? Afterwards, she started turning on the aircon. So she's willing to accept help only when I'm acting like a villain. If I'm trying to act like a saint or a good human, decent human being in my estimation, she will not accept that help, because she will feel inferior. When I act like a monster, then she can act like the victim that is forced to turn on the aircon because I'm so cheap, I don't want to pay for her medical bills, right? So it is the same. It's like a narrative, a script that's going on in their head, a core belief about the world. The world is not a generous place. People don't care about me. So when there's evidence presented that it is different, that people who really care about you, they're just going to do mental yoga, like she doesn't really care about me. She's just setting me up to make use of me in future. And in the past it could be right. Maybe some of these people have been hurt before. Other people were super nice to them, love bombing them, and then after that abusing them and abandoning them. So now when anybody gives any lavish display or even small displays of love and generosity, the first thing they do is to test, either by repeatedly subjecting that person to all forms of abuse. If you really love me, then you'll tolerate this. Or preemptively striking, so you love bomb me, right? That means you're going to manipulate me and you will abandon me. So before you do the second and third thing, since you really love bomb me, I will attack you. So it's like, at first I didn't understand, why is it that when I'm trying my best to help people, sometimes these people just turn around and burn me instead of, I don't even want gratefulness. I just want to be left alone. Like I do this act, this kind act to you, for you, and now just leave me alone, okay? Or just offer me basic friendship, uh, peer on par kind of friendship, not like I don't want your admiration. I also don't want your abuse. I mean, if I could, right, I would like secretly, clandestinely put the help at their doorstep without revealing who I am, because then I will have not don't need to face the backlash. Yeah. So anyway, these days I've learned to help, but in subtle ways, or help in a way that I become the villain. You know, like the aircon way. Turn on the aircon, they will waste my money for the medical bills, right? Like don't be so obviously helping people. Do it in a very roundabout way so that you can preserve their dignity. Yeah, so that they can always remain. In a way, some people, they have the script that they will have to be the victim, or they have to be victimized. So okay, I help you, but as a villain, and then you can still retain your victim status while I be the perpetrator, you know. And yeah, I guess that would probably work for a time. So lately I've been thinking about this topic, about like becoming a saint, you know. A big part of becoming a saint is to truly care for people, right? And truly be humble, be self-effacing and all that. So that's very different from appearing to be a saint in the eyes of people. Because if you're trying to do the latter, to like act like a saint, appear to be a saint in the eyes of people, then there will be a lot of reputation guarding, right? Which means you're outside and you try to keep yourself so prim and proper, because you're worried that someone might catch you in an unglam moment, or when you are a bit riled up and you are angry with your spouse, you don't dare to be authentic because you want other people to think that you are quite good. Or when you do act of generosity, you want the whole world to know. If you do anything wrong, you want to cover it up. Actually, that is so people like that, what are they after? Are they really wanting to be a saint? No, they just want to appear like a saint. They are actually after honor. Honour, right? I mean, like real saints, like I read Saint Teresa of Avila, she will deliberately reveal her flaws, you know, like just slip it in a sentence, or do something weird or what, so as to prevent people from admiring her too much, so that she can remain humble. I remember this one saint, I can't remember his name, he shaved off half his beard so that people will laugh at him. So they are purposely anti-honor. So it's quite odd, I just realized it lately, that we should not aim to appear like saints or to be regarded as living saints. Instead, we should push away this pride and honor as far as we can, right? And to be the villain when necessary. You know, I think about Batman, right? I'm not the hero you need, no, the hero you want, but I'm the hero you need. So a whole big chunk of my life is pretending to be the villain so that other people can feel good about themselves. I think it might also come from my childhood. I think my parents, they always have a strong need to be better, to outshine their children, to be victims in a way. So from young, I've been trained to be the bad guy. Like one day, if I start talking politely or kindly to my dad, he'll say, who are you? Who's this? Sometimes I'm just too tired to be angsty. Who are you? Why are you talking like that? You know. So from young, I've been trained to be a villain, and I didn't know that what's that, right? That it will actually come into handy in this point of my life, where it's actually necessary. But I can do undercover good acts, while pretending on the surface to be a villain. That's so awesome and so incongruent of me. I don't know what's the point. Okay, I guess the point of this is we should eschew honor to chase after God. It is okay if at the end of a whole lifetime of helping others, I'm deemed as the worst villain on earth, because God knows the truth. And it'd be even worse if I am under behind my back doing all the bad things and you all think I'm a great person. That would be a bad way to die, because I'll probably end up in hell or in the lowest position, heaven. So I don't want that. I prefer to have no honor in this world and get honor afterwards. Yeah, I think that'd be better. So yeah, back to the topic. Sometimes if people have core beliefs that the world's an evil place, all my bosses don't love me, no parental figure will ever love or respect me or sacrifice for me, and you suddenly give a lavish act of sacrifice, they're not going to accept it. So you need to do some mental yoga to help them accept it. Like, actually, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this to clock hours. Actually, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this to save money. You know, I keep telling them all these kind of lies, but actually, in fact, the truth is I'm just doing it because I care about them. Is it so hard for you to understand? Okay, so anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed and it's beneficial for you. And it's a really honest video. Please don't hate my parents for it. A lot of parents are like that. My parents have their own strengths too. So thank you, and